Good morning all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to this Thursday morning, July 17th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So right off the bat, I want to show you something to show you who you're trading against if you don't know. And this is on a daily basis. Look at your overnight low, afternoon pullback from yesterday. Overnight low NQ, afternoon pullback from yesterday. Okay, we deal with and trade against, in these futures, short-term traders probably 98% of the time. Well, let me rephrase that. They dictate the market 98% of the time. There's always long-term money in here, but they're not dictating the market, okay? They're just not in there in that kind of volume. So, very mechanical market. Remember, ES put the daily down yesterday. Well, if we get the overnight high, the daily would go back to balance, right? They also put the weekly back to balance. With 2 days to go, it's a 3-week balance. There's also an opportunity in ES for an outside week up if we close above 35.50, and an outside week down if we close below 46.25. So that's all on the table. NQ, back to balance on the daily. The weekly low of the 7th is the balance low. The all-time high is their balance high. They've come off their overnight high, just as ES has, tremendously right now. As you can see, right now ES is in balance in value. NQ, again, is 90 minutes to go, but for now, NQ potentially could be holding value when the market opens. Righty, which is also down on the weekly, on the daily, and balance on the weekly. Right now, in balance in value. Remember, they had a double distribution day on Tuesday, never took it back. Very wide overnight POC, which they're starting to trade away from. So, and again, look where their overnight low is for now, their afternoon pullback low. So for now, how important is that afternoon pullback low? Well, considering it's the overnight low, it's important. Because if you get the overnight low, that's a big feather in the bear's cap. Value would be at least unchanged. And then there's a price vacuum from those two levels to the day's low. Same with NQ. If NQ opens with higher value and then goes and gets the overnight low, value will be unchanged. And then again, there's a price vacuum to the day's low. So again, early hump levels we talk about. The bulls certainly want to defend around the 88.50 level in ES. And an NQ to 1650 level, 1650.17. You get that, bears could easily wrestle control away for the day. What do the bears want to defend? Well, certainly in ES, it's yesterday's high of 08.75. Because if they get it, then the daily's back to balance. NQ, for me, would be the value gap fill from our value island top. So that level is 103.25. So those are early levels that each side want to defend until more MGI comes into the picture. Okay? And then chart-wise, three-week balance right now in the S&P. Triple Qs right now quite different as they just continually march up. Okay? They continually march up. The only two times NQ and triple Qs have taken out a previous weekly low, that was April 21st, the week of, and June 23rd. And both times ended with an outside week up and then continued higher. Pretty powerful. Still holding those weekly gaps. And their daily, right now, came back to balance. Good luck trading today. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. And we'll recap at 4 p.m.